what it is what I believe is that because of the soft nature, see, a woman to me that has a potty mouth is a woman that is screaming to be protected, that is screaming to be saved, that is screaming for her to be able to relax in her natural nature. But her circumstances, her environment, her lifestyle, experiences, society is louder to her than that internal voice of wanting to stand. See, being What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with Truth Table. Welcome to the table. Another mobile broadcast for you guys, but you know what I do when I jump on the camera? I get in the kitchen, get cooking. Today's no different. Fellas, gotta talk to you about something. Go ahead and take these glasses off. You know, want y'all to see how serious I am. Like I tell you guys all the time, I digest content. One of the things that is a ongoing topic, femininity. Now, what I believe, and this is what I'm observing, could be wrong, but this is what I'm observing, is that a lot of guys, for the first time, are hearing about this said femininity, this term, this powerful aura that is supposed to exist within women, right? Very few men, in my opinion, have actually experienced or interacted with this energy, this perspective, this type of woman, especially current day. And why is that? There's a ton of reasons why. Social media, the social agenda, the change in, dynamics within the household. There's a gambit of reasons, gentlemen. But what I wanted to do today on this broadcast is I wanted to help the fellas and the ladies who are listening to identify how you can off rip understand and know if you're interacting or dealing with a feminine woman, and also to identify and be able to check your masculinity as a man. The one key secret, or not even a secret, the one key component, I'll call it that, key component, the identifier, that if you want to know if you're a masculine man, if you want to know if you even exemplify masculinity, if you want to, without a shadow of a doubt, know where you stand when it comes to your perceived outlook from the eyes of women, you have to assess how women interact with you on a regular basis. I'll give you an example. When you're talking to her, and this is in any capacity, gentlemen, this is at the store, this is women you know, this is co-workers, do you command her attention without commanding her attention? What do I mean? Commanding attention, gentlemen, is not saying, hey, listen up, pay attention. No. Commanding attention is the definition of being able to arrive in a place. In the moment you enter the place, the moment the interaction starts, that woman aligns. That woman responds. She reacts to you. Now, this is not based on you having sex with this woman. This is not even based on soul attraction. This is you. This is what you bring to that environment, what you bring to that space. Okay? Trying to help y'all. If women consistently do not respond to you, gentlemen, could be a key number of reasons, but I would say that there's something about you that doesn't exemplify masculinity. All right. Masculinity sometimes gets perceived with something as simple as physique, attributes of physicality, so on and so forth. These things help. I'm not gonna put dubs on it and say that they don't help, because they do help. However, it doesn't matter if you're a super tall man. It doesn't matter if you're an itty bitty short man, because I've seen it both ways. I've seen giants walk into a building and off the rip will get attention because, they're tall, they have a physique, whatever. But the moment the interaction happens, that woman or those women will change their energy, change their response towards that man. Why? Because the math ain't mathing. It's not aligning. Like, he has the physique, but there's something missing, right? Okay. And I've seen the opposite. The point is femininity is a mindset. Femininity is something that flows. It's something that a woman, it is her core spirit, her core energy. What usually happens, gentlemen and ladies, is that at some point in life, that woman's energy, her femininity, was challenged, broken, manipulated, scarred, mishandled, mistreated. And usually it's sometimes unrecognizable. Usually it occurs, in an adolescent state. And because we're still developing as people, because, and when you're younger, you're trying to formulate your identity. You're trying to stand on solid ground. Trauma can derail your understanding of self, right? So anyway, I don't want to get all philosophical, but I'm just trying to make a point, give you guys something to chew on and to consider and think about. What happens a lot of times is that women get caught up in the rhetoric, in the physique or the aesthetic of what they assume a feminine woman to be. Femininity has nothing to do with getting your nails done. Femininity has nothing to do with wearing dresses. Femininity has nothing to do with wearing perfume and all of those things. Those are elements of the dress, the package. That's the trimming, the garnish of sorts, right? Femininity is mindset. Femininity is tone. Femininity is the demeanor, decorum, the things that are intangible, character. Femininity is character. A feminine woman will do everything in her power to make sure the experience of interacting with her is pleasant. And she won't do it because she's going to get something from it. She won't do it because she's attracted to you. She won't do it because you're going to give her something. She's doing it because this is her flow, her spirit, her alignment. This is her mindset. This is her thought process. She, without question, wakes up every day with the agenda of being legitimate to herself, being authentic to herself. Now, what happens a lot of times, especially nowadays, is that women are now being presented with new information on what modern day feminism looks like, what modern day feminism acts like, what modern day feminism embodies. I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, no, femininity is something that is unchangeable based on era and time. It has nothing to do with modern time. It has nothing to do with the days of old. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is that when a young girl is covered, protected, and raised and cultivated in a way that she understands, I'm female, I'm girl, I'm woman, I'm young lady. This is what's expected of me. This is what I'm here to do. And this is what I live my creed by, my lifestyle by, my choices around. These are the things that are my standards, my morals, my compass. Feminine women have no reason to ever want to be masculine. Feminine women detest anything that contradicts her womanly nature. Feminine women do not believe that there's any reason to assert herself in an overly aggressive, overly dominant way that could get her to be perceived as anything other than feminine. A feminine woman is solely concerned about the representation of herself, the representation of her her lineage, her family, where she comes from. And again, always leaving a soft, impressive, consistent impression on you as who's ever interacting with her. And her femininity is not tied to sex, meaning she's not interacting with just men this way. She's interacting with women this way. She's interacting with children this way. She's interacting with people, period. It's not tied to just dating and romance. So anyway, now I believe a lot of guys can't quite identify because there's a lot of distortion going on. There's a lot of information being, told. There's a lot of misrepresentation. I talked about it the other day on my broadcast that never before have I seen so many females walking around with full body tattoos and sleeves and art and piercings every which way and, cursing like a sailor. Never have I seen this. This behavior was, despicable, 20 years ago, despicable 30 years ago, 50 years ago. And a lot of times people will say, well, that's the way things used to be. No, it's not about the way things used to be. It's about proper. It's about its place. It's about what's the agenda, right? A lot of times when I'm talking to females, I ask them based on what they do or what they say. What do you hope to accomplish? Talking like that, talking with so much assertion, talking with so much vulgarity. What are you hoping to accomplish? What I found, gentlemen, a lot of times is that they'll say, oh, well, I'm just passionate. That's cap. It's not that they're passionate. What it is what I believe is that because of the soft nature, see, a woman to me that has a potty mouth is a woman that is screaming to be protected, that is screaming to be saved, that is screaming for her to be able to relax in her natural nature. But her circumstances, her environment, her lifestyle, experiences, society is louder to her than that internal voice of wanting to stand. See, being feminine is natural, but being feminine is also a courageous practice, especially in the realm of the world now. To be a feminine woman now, through and through, it's gonna be challenged. It's gonna be questioned. It's going to be tested. And see, what I believe, I have this saying where I tell my fellas, especially when I'm counseling or anything, we just, rapping and shooting, the crap and all of that, that if you really pay attention to women are societal-based beings. They are collaborative beings. What do I mean? Give you an example. Most women, a lot of women, don't even like to do something as simple as go to the restroom alone. Most women don't even like to do something as simple as have a meal by themselves. Everything they think about doing has a pair to it, has a partner to it. I believe women created the buddy system. I don't have no data on that, but that's just not me speculating. But the point I'm trying to make is that their nature is consistent, and you gotta watch the behavior. You gotta watch what they do. See, I've interacted, dated, hung out with feminine women, and I've hung out with the opposing. And what I found is that the ones who are not feminine usually are not feminine because they 9 times out of 10 have not been given the environment to feel comfortable enough to let that energy flow. They don't trust no one. They've been lied to. They've been manipulated. They've been mishandled. A lot of these things have nothing to do with you, gentlemen, when it comes to what point you met her in her life. However, these are real life things. And one of the things that I think a lot of gentlemen don't recognize is that, see, you can identify a feminine woman because there is a certain energy she's going to give you if you are the man you're supposed to be. If you are the man that understands his position, that understands his authority, that understands his value, any woman you interact with, no matter if they're combative, no matter if they're aggressive, no matter if they're lacking femininity, that woman will still be able to exist in her femininity even at a moment's notice, even if it's only for a few minutes or a few hours. Why? Because of the interaction with you. And that's what I want for my fellas. That's what I want for the gentlemen who will subscribe to my channel and listen to the content. I want them to experience what that is like. 1, it'll change you forever. 2, it'll raise your standard. 3, you will start to recognize that the work that you're doing and the work that I encourage you to do is actually evident because it translates in your interactions. As a man who is striving to be his absolute best, as a man that is aligned, it echoes through energy, it echoes through vibes, and it creates different interactions. So that's what I want to talk about today. Fellas, it's not just about her wearing heels. Ladies, it's not just about you getting your nails done, getting your hair did, blasting your face with makeup. It is your aura, it is your spirit, it is your mindset. It's the interaction and the experience that is you. Femininity. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today for a little over 15 minutes. If you have not already done so, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I so appreciate it. And I'll be coming to you with a new video real soon. Thank you.